Lordvouse walked into the dark cave, the cave of the hanging saints. Children dressed in the skins of deers guided him to the room of enlightenment, his bare steps on cave floors flooding the empty halls, a frail child taking his hands to lead him to the cage. The room softly lit by a small fire. He could see the children's eyes, sewn over with deer tendons. He hid his fear before entering the cramped cage. Inside sat the head of a deer. A child whispered in a raspy tone,
"Thine saints will show their purpose."
The cage rose in a jerk, his world swirling as the cage rose to darker heights. He rose till he heard the rattling of chains, his cage easing into the sounds of ringing. He stood there a moment till through the cut-out eyes he saw a man who looked like a corpse, his skin aged and black, his eyes long fallen out. With withered lips the man began to speak.
"Why do you seek
my kingdom? We are to lose to my enemies."
"Gates close in, O foolish man. Why do you fight?"
"I wish for my children to grow up in peace."
"A noble go. Are you a nobleman?"
"I am."
"Why come to us then?"
"I heard you have answers, ways to save his life."
"Do you know if these means are for holy men?"
"I have heard they are not."
"Do you know what happens with these powers?"
"I do."
"Then you know you must become one of us."
The cages shook.
"You must no longer know your own. Be damned for eternity."
"I'll do what I must."
"In your cage sits a dagger. If you so wish to give your kingdom freedom, slice your wrist. Place your hand through the cage. Let your blood drip upon my flesh."
Fearfully, Lordvouse slit his wrist. Pushing his hand through the bar, he bled onto the hanging saint. A great scream could be heard from the saint. Wings began ripping from his flesh. Claws grew from his withered hands. From a corpse, he became a demon. Terrifyingly flying in the sky, he ripped Lordvouse from his cage. Taking the head of the deer, he seared it onto his skin before becoming dust. Lordvouse fell to the ground, the impact breaking his bones. In the moon's light, slowly the deer's flesh became his flesh, his wounds healing. By the time day broke, he was a beast. Standing tall, he had bone fragments showing from his ripped skin. No longer human. A voice stood in his head.
"Go, save your kingdom, for you do not